we're very honoured that you could be here today, Taoiseach, to launch the Institute. And I understand fully the hour-to-hour pressure that you experience in your job. So we're very privileged to have you here. And as a fellow Mayo man, it is also with great personal pleasure that I now ask you to formally launch the Institute for Biomedical Sciences at Trinity College and to unveil the plaque, which will be a slightly different type of unveiling, as you will see. Taoiseach.
Well, bhuail ma dús ma bhuichas at lacha le John ma frovost on chura hoich them tacht and seo. Agus chur an fáilte rih an chomisisinéir mar ag gin chuin. Bhí me héana agus mar sa dáil na blian de fadó hin, tá me seán ag go buinte seo ach tá job mór ag siúd in Europe. I want to say that this is quite incredible, and it really does give me a sense of privilege to be able to be here this morning at the request of the Provost to open the Trinity Biomedical Sciences Institute. I want to commend you, John, for the work that you've done over the last 10 years. We've met on many occasions, both here and abroad, and as a representative of Trinity and what it stands for, you've done a remarkable job, and what more fitting conclusion could there be to your decade of provostry than to have a Biomedical Sciences Institute open during your tenure. A couple of weeks ago, I had the opportunity of speaking outside Trinity, across the road. Grattan's Parliament at my back and the seat of Edmund Burke in front of me, the original seat of the British Empire down the street and 100,000 people in front of you, and the leader of the free world behind you. If you can't, if you couldn't speak in that sort of ambience, well then, you know, it wasn't a place for the faint-hearted to be. But this institute here, 131 million of an investment, really does prove the point that what goes on here and what will go on here puts this university and this country right up at the very highest level of global competition and global capacity. And reading the list of what you do in terms of the research here, it's actually mind-blowing. And the impact that this is going to have on the lives of millions of people in the next century is just incredible. And I wish everybody associated with that research, which is advancing so rapidly as each week passes, the very best. I have to say that I'm impressed by the capacity of the researchers here to bring forward new ideas, new innovations all the time, delivering technologies that underpin the nicotine patch, so important for millions of people, identifying new genes for major diseases like childhood eczema, so important in families and so sensitive for young people, discovering the causes as to why some people are more prone to malaria or lung cancer than others. These are really personal responses, and the research that goes on here, its impact will truly affect millions. Now that you've also developed our understanding of how diseases such as Alzheimer's and cancer and arthritis work. And there isn't a household, there isn't a person in this room or in our country that hasn't been affected in some way or other by the impact of these ailments. And the researchers involved here in Trinity have made a remarkable impact to date and will again. I'm certain that this institute will actually be at the heart of further groundbreaking discoveries with national and global impacts. And that's what we need, that the name of this university and its alliances and Ireland is right up there in the global perspective, that they know that this country can, has and will measure up to whatever the highest of standards are. We're now in the top 20 in the world for the quality and relevance of that scientific research. And more specifically, Ireland is currently ranked first in the world in the area of genetics and genomics, 3rd in the world for the quality of research in immunology, and 8th in the world for the quality of research in materials science. And credit is absolutely due to all of you here this morning from the academic and the scientific community, not only for helping to achieve these high rankings, but also for increasing the level of research collaboration with other countries and other industry. And credit has to be given to Science Foundation Ireland, which has cultivated and nurtured this sector. I know that the Commissioner has a deep interest in this. And due to these efforts, we are now the #1 location in Europe for life sciences projects. And this strength is reflected in terms of the multinational investment, exports, and as a consequence, jobs. We now have 8 of the world's top 10 medical technology companies located here in Ireland. We are the world's largest net exporter of pharmaceuticals. In 2010, the indigenous life sciences sector had combined sales of €1 billion, exports of 770 million, and employment of over 6,000 people. The life sciences sector employs 50,000 people directly in Ireland, in total with an equivalent number employed in service provision to deal with that. Now, as you're all aware, our country faces a series of economic challenges. And while there might be occasion where there's been criticism of investment in research and development at a time of cutback and scarce resources, I recognise that investment in this kind of research pays off and plays an important role in driving fundamental economic development, and we should make no apology for that. Our priority is to ensure that investment in research and development has an ever-increasing impact in terms of economic growth and job creation. And from that point of view, the priority of government has to be to restore economic growth, to protect and to create jobs, and rebuild confidence at home and abroad, and restore this country's international reputation to what we know it can be. As part of the recent jobs initiative launched by the government within the constraints of the IMF-EU deal, the government announced investments in science, technology and innovation totalling more than €55 million, including funding for industry-focused technology sectors. And over the coming months, a number of additional technology sectors will be developed, including one in the area dealing with drug production technologies. And through the Innovation Fund Ireland, we bring leading international venture capitalists here to support the growth of world-leading technology companies in Ireland. And I expect to see a number of announcements under that fund in the coming weeks. So based on our innovative strengths of the biomed and biopharma sector, it is quite likely that this area will become one of the principal industries to benefit from that fund. And this will help to ensure that we translate investment in R&D into new companies, new jobs, which is so important for everybody in Ireland here. I know this institute will be of great benefit to Pearse Street, and John's pointed out the advantages of the new opening to Pearse Street station. I just want to say that yesterday morning at 8 o'clock I was down in the other end of Pearse Street in the St. Andrew's Resource Centre. I had a Bloomsday breakfast down there, and you'd be well fit to come to Trinity after having a Bloomsday breakfast in St. Andrew's Resource Centre. The point I want to make is that the MEHEL concept of community involvement in that resource centre, dealing with a range of difficulties for people from this locality, both young and not so young, gives them the hope and the opportunity and the intention indeed of some of them to one day be able to come to Trinity and work here in this Biomedical Science Institute as well. And that door and that aspiration and that hope should be open to them all, and I know that it is. So from that perspective, I just want to say that I genuinely am privileged to be here as head of government and as Taoiseach to have the opportunity to open this new institute. As the physicist Lord Kelvin said, Science is bound by the everlasting vow of honour to face fearlessly every problem which can be fairly presented to it. I have the thing going through my mind of a report I saw in the paper recently that someday we'll be able to live to 1,000 years. I'm not sure whether I want to be in that category or not. I think it was Virgil who said, "They can who believe they can." The institute here in Trinity is going to stand the test of time. I know that you don't just believe you can, I know that you believe you will. And I wish everybody associated with this, from the donors to the conceptors to the builders to the researchers who are going to be here, the impact of the work you will do in this institute will bring enormous joy and benefit and excitement to families all over the world that they don't even know about yet. Thank you very much.
Okay, we're now going to do the unveiling of this building. Normally we do it outside where there's a physical plaque, but we're going to
it's a big one.
We're going to do it right here. So
Anywhere.
the Taoiseach is going to the Taoiseach is going to touch the screen, and let's see what happens.